tastes like candy. He never wanna play me. Blaise Moet what they name me. And I'll never let no bitch shake me. Bottoms up with no chaser. These other hoes you fucking with basic.
It's your girl Blaise Moet. Welcome to Moet Gets Me Talking, where we pop the cork and let the conversation flow. As always, if you're new here, I hope you stay. And of course, if you're a subscriber, welcome back. Thanks again for subscribing. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. That way I can keep this type of content coming to you. So we're gonna be talking about Married at First Sight, season 18, episode 7. Let's get into it. The clip where basically they show Camille looking at Thomas's apartment. So let's take a peek at that.
Okay, moment of truth.
I know. All right, come on in.
All right, I like it.
Little one bedroom.
And what we got over here?
Checked up. Let's see here.
All right. So definitely a bunch of random dishes.
Yes, all random stuff.
All right, no sets going on.
Why
You know,
would
the
he have
kitchen
sets?
is definitely bare bones, but I want to see if it has any personal touches so far. It's just very basic. So
What do you mean bare bones? What do you mean he doesn't have sets? He's a grown single man. Why would he have sets? If you walk into a man who used to be single for as long as he was and you start seeing sets and Tupperware bowls with matching tops, that should be a red flag for you. That means he has another girl there. Like, relax. Like, you shouldn't expect him to have so much, you know, style and like how you decorate the home. He is a grown man. Like, I feel like Camilla's really judgy, and I'm really trying to like pull like from where she might get this judgy like mentality from. I have not been able to dissect that yet, but let's get into it. Thomas is so nice. He's so nice. Who says swaggy? She said it 3 times, y'all. And she said swagameter. Who says that? Anytime anyone says they're not a judger, they're a judger. Oh, I'm not a judger, but you're a judger. Honestly, you guys, I think that's really crazy that she had so much to say about his apartment. Like, first of all, the J's made you like him more all of a sudden. What is that? Like, she has this stereotypical mindset like made about how a black man should be, and I really find it to be so weird, and it's almost even like cringe. And like, hopefully when she's watching this back, she gets that same cringe feeling, because it's just, there was nothing wrong with his apartment. The fact that you were judging him about his Tupperware not having matches, that's regular business for anyone, whether they're a woman or a man. Like, that could happen. He doesn't have like diner sets. He's a single man. It's not like he has a whole family where they have dinner all the time and they need like, oh, a set and this and the third. That's just weird to like have that expectation of him. And then lastly, she said swag too many times. She said swaggy is. No, we don't even say swag anymore. Like, so for her to be trying to say that, oh, he needs to be this certain type of black man, and she herself is like a little light on the pepper side, I just think it's a little odd. I think she's projecting, you know? I think that she's truly projecting. Like, something about herself internally, she doesn't feel like she's black enough, so she's trying to like get on him about anything that may appear to be like, oh no, he's not black, he's not smooth. And she keeps using the smooth word, like R&B smooth. I just think it's weird. I genuinely think it's a weird thing that she's doing with him, and like the way she's judging him. And so also too, like, they did do the therapy session, and I didn't clip that because it was honestly just dragging it. It was just literally her saying, oh, I can't put it into words, but he needs to be more smooth. He needs to be more R&B. And I'm just like, you can't put it into words, but you want him to be that way. That's almost like setting the expectation that he will never be able to meet because you can't even describe it. Like, be for real, you know? So Camille, so far they've been painting this narrative about her where she just pretty much thinks that she's just super like way more blacker than the guy she's with, which sounds crazy. The whole narrative she painted just it's just kind of he's ignorant. I think that because he's not like any of the people that like she dated, she's really going in on him about it. And I think that she is so sure that if he acted more black, then she would be more attracted to him. And the reason I say that is because when she sits and talks to her sister in this other setting, and first of all, they went to some little Akibo place. Neither of them looked like they like what they ate, so that was cap. But regardless, she talks to him about how she feels like she'll be more attracted to him if he was more black. So let's get into it.
Single to married is already an adjustment, and then when it's
You guys go. Sorry for interrupting.
Thank
If you guys need anything else, let me know.
Okay, thank you. This looks good.
yeah, so it's lots of ups and downs, I feel like, or just emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've definitely, overall been finding out for sure that he's just a super genuine, sweet guy.
Yeah.
That I feel like
Very nice.
I feel completely safe with emotionally. So that already, for me, is a better start than I'm used to.
That's great.
We do have a lot of, it's like surface level differences, which is probably a good place to be in, to be honest. But yeah, just definitely different than,
Yeah.
a lot of guys that I've dated.
Which
And
is what. Let's
so
get into
it's,
it.
I've talked to him a little bit about even just feeling like there's kind of a, like a cultural difference almost between us. It, in kind of a crazy way, like almost felt like I was in an interracial relationship, even though we look very
Because you
similar.
are.
Yeah.
He definitely
But you
talked
are,
about his high school growing up.
That's the thing that I wanted to point out. She says it feels like we're in an interracial relationship, even though we're not, even though we look the same, similar. He has a mom that is white, and his biological dad is black. That's biologically. He grew up rough. His mom was an addict and is, I guess, recovered, so now she's in his life. But when she was going through that hard time in her life, she gave him up for adoption to a white woman and a white man. So when it comes to his upbringing, he grew up in the suburbs. Camille said that she went to a school that was predominantly black. Thomas went to a school that he was like maybe one of 5 to 6 black people there. And she says that because of that, they are culturally different, and that, they still look similar, but she's not in an interracial relationship. You are in an interracial relationship. He's white as well. Like literally, biologically, he is. So I think that she is being extremely odd in her thinking process when it comes to dealing with Thomas. Like, you're dealing with someone who's half white and half black. Like, there's things for you to learn about yourself and other parts of being black. Like, I think that she is so gung-ho on the stereotypical, oh, a black man should wear J's. Like, that was so crazy for her to even just say, oh, now that you have J's, you're more black. Like, that's crazy. It's crazy. Because Michael Jordan has an influence on everybody who's not just black. But obviously Michael Jordan is black. But the connections that she makes are not connecting. They're not connecting. So I grew up on a lot of alternative music, alternative rock, R&B, gospel. Some of my friends, they grew up just on rap. Literally, just straight rap. And some of the rappers that they know, I don't know. But that doesn't mean that I'm less black or they're more black. Like, I think that we kind of get a lot, like mixed up when it comes to what black culture is. Because, of course, there is a such thing as black culture. And, like, there are certain expectations of you when you are black. However, there is nuance to that. And please do not expect every black man to wear J's. And do not expect every black woman to be like a baby mama. Like, that's crazy. These are stereotypical things that are pushed on the black community that is not truly reflective of the black culture. That's crazy as hell. That's crazy as hell. Girl, flip-flop your brain, open your mind. Stop saying swagameter. Stop saying it. That's just such not a like cool thing to say. And even his sister don't have a problem with how he dressed. What do you mean a confidence thing? So is it that he's not smooth enough? He's not black enough? Or he's not confident enough? Like, girl, you don't even know. You don't know him that well still. Duh, you have only known each other for a week. Of course there's a side that you haven't seen yet. I'm not even gonna stay with this even much longer because she kind of gives me the ick a little bit. So genuinely, I feel like the only valid point that Camille made, so I cannot just seem like I'm like building this narrative where I'm attacking her, even though I low-key am. The only valid point she made is that she wants to see different sides of him and she hasn't yet. Cool. But I think my concern with her is that she has expectations of what his different side is. And I think that's a problem when you're dating or married, whatever the case is having an expectation of what you think they're gonna be like that, you know, you don't really even know. Like, I think that you should always be curious and not assume that because you've seen one side of them that, oh, maybe the other side is gonna be like this or like this. Like, I feel like when it comes to people and their personalities, that people are very nuanced. Like, I feel like sometimes, like when you first meet somebody, you're a whole different way than when you get to know a person. And like, maybe Thomas is just, maybe he's not so smooth because he's a little like, nervous, you know, maybe, you know, he doesn't know her, you know, he has thoughts in his own mind too. And I think that that's where I get a little bit of like annoyed, because I feel like she's always focused on what like he's supposed to be doing, and never does she ever reflect or say, oh, well, maybe I should just take a step back and watch and observe more without judging, or maybe I should just wait until we hang out with his friends so I can see how he actually acts when he's around people he's comfortable with. Because mind you, y'all just met each other, so you are judging him based off of him trying to pretty much walk on eggshells to see what you do and don't like. Like, he doesn't know, like, you know, like, so. And even in this episode they had mentioned how, like, when they were sitting with Dr. Peppa and Pastor Cal, she was like, oh, it wasn't smooth for him to talk about how, like, when you floss you get blood everywhere. Like, girl, I mean, it was a joke. You didn't like the joke, okay, not funny. But to say that, oh, he's not smooth because he made a like really gross joke, it's like, bro, can he not be a guy? He can't be a man around you? Like, he can't make a joke about how flossing makes your freaking gums bleed? I just think she is really, really, really judgy. And I think that that explains why she signed up for the show, because let's be for real, these people sign up for a show for a reason. Like, it's either that, you know, they're the problem, or everybody they've been with is the problem and they just don't have the right person, or they're just trying to get famous. But I think with her problem is eternal, and that's why she's where she is. So moving on, I don't want to talk about them much longer. Not that interesting, honestly. I do hope that I get more of Thomas and what he wants out of a wife, because so far they're just really honing in and focusing on what, you know, Camille wants out of her husband, which I think is super one-sided, and I'm annoyed with production up until this point. Also, I don't even remember if they went to Camille's apartment or not. Like, that's how, I guess, uninterested everything is with them. But I do remember she seeing his apartment. I don't remember him seeing her apartment per se. So let's get into Karla and Juan.
Hi guys, so stay tuned for my episode 7 recap of Karla and Juan. I decided to break these up because my full video didn't quite work out right, so I'm gonna just break out each of my couples recaps in separate videos. See you soon. Bye.
Stop bothering me, stop wasting my time, you mean nothing to me. I can't even lie, stop bothering me. You're not worth my time, you mean nothing to me. Stop bothering me, stop wasting my time, you mean nothing to me. I can't even lie, stop bothering me. You're not worth my time, you mean nothing to me. I pity the fool that try to run up, I will damage your fashion.